Back for our third and final picks right here in the odds couple. We're both picking the BCS championship game, Texas and Alabama. Now, if we pick differently, this can serve as our tiebreaker. If we pick differently. Let's start with you. What do you like?
Well, Sid, I know this will be a tiebreaker, and it's a long way to go in determining whether I go to New York or you come to Cleveland.
That's
okay?
right.
But let's see here in this football game. I'm going to ride in this football game with the Texas Longhorns, and I'm doing it for one main reason. Everybody remembers what happened last. And what happened last is Texas played their worst game of the season. Alabama played their best game of the season. And because of this factor here, the Tide is favored over Texas here in this football contest. I also love Colt McCoy. He's been a Heisman runner-up 2 years in a row, and now he's a runner-up to who? Mark Ingram, the Heisman winner on the Alabama side. This key stat in the football game. If you're on the Heisman Trophy winning team in a football bowl game and your team allows less than 17 points a game, as Texas does, you are 2-17 against the spread in bowl games. I love Texas in this game. They take down the Tide and win the national championship. That's my side of this game. Your side, Sid.
Well, I may very well agree with you. We'll make it boring, and we're not going to have the whole tiebreaker thing and all that. So with that said, I disagree. I like Alabama, which is hard to say because I can't stand Nick Saban. But
yes.
you find a better coach on Saturdays, and I'll include Urban Meyer, Pete Carroll, Joe Paterno, whoever you want. This guy won big at LSU. He went to the NFL for a couple of years, came back. I know Alabama had some talent in place under David Shula, but he has resurrected this program to a shot at a national championship. And they're better, I think, than Texas. Colt McCoy struggles against aggressive defenses. We saw it against Nebraska. We saw it once or twice inside the Big 12 this year, and this is the best defense he's going to face. Alabama's got a real good defense. Just ask Tim Tebow and the Florida Gators. Forget about Ingram and the kid at quarterback who got better there at the end of the year after kind of stumbling midway through the year. This is a very good Nick Saban defense, and I think I'll have his guys ready to go. In fact, I hate to use coaches as a barometer, but come down to a big play, I'm going to take Nick Saban over Mac Brown 10 out of 10 times. Alabama beat the better team in Florida. Texas struggled against Nebraska. Alabama is your national champion again under Nick Saban.
Sid, we'll use that as a tiebreaker here. It's a good tiebreaker game. This will come right down to whoever scores last in this football game, I do believe. And this is another what-if game, okay? What if they hadn't added a second back onto the clock for Colt McCoy?
Right.
Everything would have toppled here. We would have been maybe watching Cincinnati playing in this game, as you mentioned here, and not Texas in this game.
Very, very good point. And with all that said, I still think you're going to New York. That's going to do it for the college football version of the Odds Couple. Be sure to catch the NFL show on Friday for great handicapping advice. Enjoy the bowl games, everybody. Have yourself a happy and a healthy new year. We wish you the best in 2010. And, of course, enjoy the big bowl games coming up. For my dear friend Mark Lawrence, I'm Sid Rosenberg. Happy New Year. See you next year right here on the college edition of the Odds Couple.